Hi, I'm Annie Lichny, and I want to thank you for joining in for some meditation practices today. When life feels really overwhelming in the external world, it can also start to magnify in our internal world. And we move right into a lot of compulsive behavior, compulsive overthinking. It feels like it's just magnifying and building, as well as compulsive actions and activities and behaviors that we all have. We just start doing things more compulsively. And it adds to our sense of elevated overwhelm, restlessness, agitation. We're going to be working with this compulsive thinking and doing in practice today. So find a comfortable posture. If you're seated, just notice your upright, dignified spine, feeling your shoulder blades sliding down your back so that your shoulders can start to ease and soften. Resting our hands comfortably on our legs so that our arms can relax. We could close our eyes down and we're going to use a few big breaths together here as we get started. The inhale is going to be really starting to pay attention to filling up our whole torso on the inhale. It's a big inhale and then a release out of pursed lips on the exhale. So we will be exhaling out of the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth, and as you're blowing out candles on a cake. So let's get started here with a big inhale through the nose, filling everything up. And then an exerted exhale, all of the air out. Another big torso inhale. Exerted exhale out of lips. Keep pressing the air out. Inhaling. Filling up. Full exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. And now just let the body rest. Bring your focus, our mind's focus, to the sensations within the body, feeling a vibrational quality, noticing kind of this electrical aliveness within us. Just noticing what's here right now. Our mind, we're going to be working with our mind and our breath within the body today. Our mind has these amazing features. One is this thinking mind that we talk a lot about in meditation. It's like our inner radar system. It's always thinking, watching for anything that could possibly go wrong. And it loops and loops and thinks about all possibilities. It's like our inner radio. We have this very creative, innovative part of our mind that allows us to focus and create and innovate, and it has been creating in our life for our whole life. As a part of this creation, we also have our mind's ability to focus like a laser focus. And we're really going to rely on our mind's ability to focus. This really helps us to start to reduce that compulsive nature that takes over in our thinking mind. So we're going to use this laser focus and direct it wherever we want it to go. That's the coolest thing about this focus we have within our mind. We can focus on something minute. We can focus on something larger with our senses. And we're strengthening our focus, our internal focus, and our internal calm and ready, steady state. When we bring it inside our own body and restore and calm by connecting to ourselves in a very meaningful way. So we can use this focus, our mind's ability to focus. We'll let that thinking mind just move to the background a little bit and use this focus and bring it into the soles of our feet. We could start to feel and experience the sensations in the soles of our feet. Our feet are typically very connected to the earth, and it is a very steadying, stabilizing place we can focus on to bring us into restoration, balance, wellness. The soles of our feet are always grounding us here to the earth, wherever we are. Usually making contact either seated or standing or walking with the earth where we live. Feeling any vibrations as we start to pay attention to the soles of our feet, any tingling aliveness. Experiencing the right foot, the left foot, as we start to work with our focus, warm up our focus. And now see if we can balance our focus between the 2 feet at the same time, the soles of our feet. This may not be possible. It may feel challenging, and that's okay. This is simply a warming up and a practicing to strengthen our focus and our ability to calm ourselves down whenever we're feeling that compulsive nature we all know. So as we move forward here with working within our depths of our body to steady ourselves, we can start to see if we can't find a small space deeply within the foot. This is where our creative imagination helps us and supports us. We can focus on a very small space within the bones, within the blood flow, just right in the center of the foot. And on the next inhale, we can ride our breath from our nose all the way down to this space within our foot and both feet. So see if we can't inhale and guide that breath, direct it down, using our laser focus all the way down to the center of our feet. On the inhale, and then just release and let go on the exhale. It's a letting go that can happen all on its own. So we're using our laser focus mostly on our inhales here. Breathing in again, riding that breath all the way down, inhabiting the middle of our feet. Feeling both feet, and then a letting go on the exhale. Now, we can also try this with our knees, riding the breath from our nose as we inhale, riding it all the way down, feeling a small space, locating with our mind's ability to be very creative, finding that small space right in the middle of our knee. Both knees, feeling our breath entering into both knees evenly with balance. And then a soft release and let go on the exhale. Let the breath and the air release wherever it wants on the exhale. We could take another breath in and notice if we're lost in thought, just come back to really feeling that balance between the left and the right knee. So we really feel both at the same time. If we can bring our focus here, steadying, focusing on both knees on the inhale, and then inviting, releasing, and letting go as we exhale. And now we'll bring our mind's ability to be extraordinarily creative and supportive for us. Bring it right into the middle of our pelvis, so below the belly button, finding a space, whatever works for you, maybe the size of a pea or the size of your thumbnail, finding a little space. You could imagine a space right in the center of your body in the pelvic region. And again, we breathe air in through our nose and ride it down into this space right into the pelvic region. As we inhale, allowing the breath to touch this space, this inner depth of our being, this core of us, and then releasing and letting go on the exhale. Now this next breath, we're going to change it slightly. We're going to imagine that the breath comes in and out of this space in our pelvis. So instead of coming through the nose, we can use our laser focus. Now that we've warmed up our focus, we can move our focus and bring it directly down into this space in our pelvis. And breathe in and out of this with our creative imagination and our mind's ability to stay completely rooted in this very stable part of our pelvis. Inhaling from this space right in the center of our pelvis. And then exhaling and releasing the air out of this space. We could notice not what we're thinking, but what we're feeling about this whole area of our body in the pelvis. Notice if it feels more expanded, more open. Our mind might be trying to control the situation, but keep coming back with your focus on what you're feeling here, not what we're thinking. Can we feel, if we breathe in and out again one more time in the center of our pelvis, imagine that our nostrils are down in this lowest part of our torso, inhaling and then exhaling. We can start to invite a resting, a softening and easing of our emotional self, our emotional thinking, our restless doing. we can start to recognize if our body wants to compulsively move. If we feel an itch, or we feel restless or a distraction coming and we want to move our legs, can we find more stillness, more spacious within the body, inviting more stillness within everything we're doing right now. Stillness within, noticing the compulsion to move, and seeing if we can bypass that, just not with strength or struggle, but just with ease, releasing the need to be compulsive as we start to create more space within ourselves and our connection to that space with our deep knowing. We can move up into our heart center area. And again, use a breath to breathe in through the nostrils, breathe into this heart center area. I like to pay attention to the movement of my diaphragm because it's a natural way to really find that central area for me. You need to find whatever works for you, whatever supports you to stay really engaged and focused right in the center of your heart area, your chest area. Breathing in through the nose directly down into that heart center. We might feel some gentleness, emotional activity here in our heart center. Breathing in, making more space, and then releasing and letting go on an exhale. And now we can breathe in and out directly into this space, this small space that we can imagine right in the center of our chest. Breathing in, feeling everything coming directly into that spot, that space, filling up, and then releasing and softening on the exhale. It's a very gentle breathing process because we're so engaged with our mind's ability to focus here. Breathing in one more time. Stabilizing ourselves, making space within ourselves, and touching this inner quality of space that we have within us all the time when we can connect to it. Releasing on the exhale. Again, becoming more aware of our compulsive thoughts and our compulsive movements. Can we stay so focused within this laser focus of the mind that we're not allowing anything compulsive to move us to a sense of urgency with our movements or our thinking? Just stay within the spaciousness of this deeper core of ourselves, this deeper intuitive part of ourselves. And now we can move up into the center of our head, breathing in through the nostrils directly into this space that we can imagine right in the center of our head, between the ears, back from the forehead, but not to the back of the head, just finding a space. The size you imagine for yourself, where you can really engage and focus and stay really engaged with here in a caring, kind way, inhaling through the nose to this space, exhaling, releasing, letting go of the breath. And now now imagine that the breath is coming in and out of this little space right in the middle of your head. Inhaling, originating here, creating more space, more expansion, and also more a sense of softness and openness. Letting this exhale release, again from the center of our head. One more inhale. One more exhale. We could feel our whole body here now. Feeling a lighter sense of ourself. Feeling a softer, more gentler tone to ourself. And again, this working with space within us, this natural space that exists, using and strengthening our focus within. It allows us to rest, rebalance. It allows us to recognize that the space that's around our body right now, in the room that we're in, wherever we are, feels a lot more similar to the space within us right now, perhaps. There's a soft quality to it, an open, kind quality, a very connected, restoring quality here. Notice as we inhale and exhale, this inhale can touch the core of every single cell within us. And the exhale can release any sense of compulsion, density, tightness as we exhale. We can work with this sense of space within ourselves, and it softens the edges of our compulsions, of our emotional life. We can allow everything to rest and reset and feel a lot more confident from deeply within when we use these practices to engage with the space that's within us, this kindness we can give ourselves. Thank you so much for your time for practice today.